Welcome, basketball fans, to 2K Sports. I'm Damon Bruce. It's the NBA, serve to you weekend style. It's the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Toronto Raptors. And now we send you out to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Hello, everyone. Great to have you with us. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. First, for the Nets, Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. And inside at center, a long 6'11", the skyscraping big man out of Texas A&M, DeAndre Jordan. And it's Durant in at the 4. And for the Raptors, now here is Irving. Harden up top. And it's blocked. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Well, no team likes to have their first-round pick belong to another team. It gets worse when you're a lottery team yourself and you're trying to build your talent base up. But the Raptors' number 12 pick in this summer's draft went to one of the elite teams in Oklahoma City.
Toronto grabs the miss. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Brooklyn, and he said a big factor in this game will be how well they're able to handle Kyle Lowry. He admitted being a fan of his game, saying he's a tough athletic guard who really competes. Defense, rebounding, attack the paint, he'll take it to you. We've got to be ready to match his motor and his aggressiveness. Kevin, are they up to it?
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Harden. Hits the jumper in space. Harden's got the game going here with the first basket for Brooklyn. Well, Clark, as you said, the Thunder got the Raptors' first selection this last year. Only the way the Raptors would have been able to hang on to it was, Steve, if they jumped up to the top 3 in the lottery.
And as bad as it might seem for the Raptors to not have a first, I mean, and it is bad. It was as good as any other time for them to not have a first-round pick because the draft wasn't deep. And the Raptors have a lot of young talent already and that they can make improvement with.
Here's Irving. It's rebounded by Baines.
The shots aren't dropping yet. They've missed 4 of their first 5 shots.
Lowry gets a screen from Baines. Lowry with the ball. Picked up by Harris. And Naga misses the 3.
The clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Kicks to Irving. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Kevin, he's extremely adept at creating his own shot. You know, we got a lot of catch-and-shoot guys in the NBA, but players who can beat you off the dribble and score are tough to come by.
And also, he's absolutely able to do some incredible things in the air. I mean, he can look like a gymnast sometimes, twisting his body, double-clutching his shot. But he maintains a smooth approach to it all.
Well, with only 1 attempt so far falling, this is not looking good. 1 for 4 so far.
Durant kicks to Harden. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
No one covered.
Well, you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. From downtown, that's good. Harden's got 5 now.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading punches, that's how you answer.
Back to Lowry. The tray. The shot is off. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Harden with it. He has 5. Irving attacking. And there's the rejection. Fast break Toronto. Stolen by Harden. Harden right side. Here's Irving. Lowry with the block. Number 43, defended by Durant. Number 43. That's short off the rim.
Difficult shot from mid-range, and the defense was all over him.
Well, I like the close out there, Steve. Well done.
Now, he hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
And the powerful one-handed slam. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, 5 times already the lead has changed.
And up and down season for the Nets last year, and the playoffs were just more of the same. They ended up getting knocked out by the Bulls in the only first-round matchup that went to 7 games. That's how to make your mark on the board with an emphatic finish.
Oh, Clark, he was savage on that second opportunity.
Yeah, those are the types of possessions that are really demoralizing for a defense, guys.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Well, back to the Nets in the playoffs. They lost a game at Barclays early and looked to be on the ropes down 3-1 after 4 games, but they did well just to steal one in Chicago and force a Game 7.
What a strange series that was. The Bulls made that miracle comeback behind Nate Robinson in 1 game and then ended up going on the road to Brooklyn and winning Game 7. What a disappointment for the Nets in their debut season in Brooklyn.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. Powell, the pass to Len. Tries it from 19. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. 1:32 left here in the opening quarter. Outside Durant. Johnson. Fires from the wing. The putback, and Green slams it in. Clark and Steve, 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
You know, both teams showing a lot of resilience, I think. Coming back and coming back, back and forth, back and forth.
Reminds me of a song.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've seen a game with so many lead changes this early on. I'll tell you what, if there's success on the boards in this first quarter is any indication, it's going to be a good day.
And rebounds usually are a good indicator.
Here's Powell. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Another lead change. How many of these are we going to have?
I don't know, Steve, but the momentum of this game has certainly swung like a pendulum. You know, the Nets really turned things around last season, guys, and a big part of that was them turning around their road record a bit. Turned some of those losses into wins, and much better on the road. It got them the 4th seed in the East.
Toronto with the ball, following the bucket by the Nets. It's stolen. An even 3-on-3 break. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. They retain possession. Toronto trailing. Outside, Davis. Left side, Davis. Fires for 3. Offensive rebound. Second chance shot. Green with the block. Johnson, the pass to Dinwiddie. From deep. At the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. Nets lead by... Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Nets.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And another thing they've been doing right is converting a lot of second chance opportunities. I love the hustle and the effort.
Clarky talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of that.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
Well, these are the kinds of games you love. I mean, 2 good teams going head-to-head in an even matchup. And both sides very competitive, on their toes tonight. You know, the defense didn't exactly try to fight around that screen, and that's why it turned into the easy basket.
Embry. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Yeah, shoddy defense there. Far too slow to react on the closeouts.
Open shot. Green. Almost, but it rolls out.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag.
Powell dishes to Len. Fires top of the key. It's rebounded by Dinwiddie. Nets trailed by 3. It's Brown on the wing. Rejected by Len. Raptors moving the ball around. They get a hand on it. Number 22. A three-pointer, no good. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Pass to Dinwiddie. Outside Landry. Dinwiddie hits it from three-point range. Dinwiddie's got 5.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
Number 22. He's covered by Brown. But they'll get another chance. Boucher. That is good. And the Raptors lead by 2.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
Hey, guys, you know, the Raptors were at the bottom of the Atlantic Division once again this past season, but the silver lining there is that they seem to be improved as a team. The problem is the rest of the division improved right along with them.
Irving kicks to Harden. But that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Feeds it to Irving. The three. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Well, the Raptors, the bottom of the Atlantic with the record of 5-11 against the rest of that division. They'll need to do better than that to climb out of the cellar this season.
Well, it's going to take a lot. Raptors won 34 games last year, but they still found themselves struggling to win games in the Atlantic. It is a good division, but they can make improvement. There's plenty of talent there, and I think that's going to be one of the keys this year, how well they play against teams in the Atlantic.
Now Jordan following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. And that one's good. Toronto's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Here's the three. The rebound by the Nets. 3-on-3. Here's Harden. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Harden's got 7 points in the game.
Well, the drive to the bucket was nice, but how about the finger roll finish? Beautiful.
Number 23, the feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
Harden kicks to Green. Into Jordan. And he banks in the layup. And the Nets lead by 2.
They're doing much better now. I mean, in the first quarter, they converted less than 30% of their field goals. But they've bounced back nicely here.
Kevin Durant's checked in for Jeff Green. The Raptors have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Right side Lowry. Number 43, defended by Durant, gets it to go. He's got 7.
Yeah, and he's one player who doesn't need a lot of space to get to the basket. He's really crafty, and the way he can blast his way straight through traffic. He's really strong.
You know, one of his other qualities, Steve, is how quickly he starts to break. I mean, he doesn't need numbers either. He can be a coast-to-coast, rack-to-rack guy all by himself.
Toronto with the ball. James Harden missing on the 3. Number 23, guarded by Harden. That's good.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Another miss by Harden.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier. The Raptors have been in the rebuilding process for a while now, and even though they still didn't crack the postseason, they were able to do something they haven't done in several years. Win more than they lose here in Toronto.
And it might seem like such a small accomplishment, but going back to what you said, Clark, about the Raptors, that they are a young team, and it takes small steps like that to climb up the standings, Steve, you know, this year to year.
Yeah, no question. I mean, unless you have a once-in-a-lifetime or at least once-in-a-generation type player in the draft, you have to do it with smaller steps, and that's what the Raptors are trying to do.
Clock at 4. Here's Durant. Tries again. The shot no good. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Clark, this offense has really been clicking.
No doubt about it, giving the defense all kinds of trouble.
And they're playing with so much energy offensively. The ball is really moving.
Boy, what a significant turnaround here in the second quarter after only making 40% from the field in the first.
There's 45 seconds left in the first half. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Irving drives in, rejected by Baines.
He's giving them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
Number 23, the finger roll finish at the bucket. And it's a 9-point Toronto lead.
Well, since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off that long-distance game here a little bit, and it's probably a good idea.
Yeah, you know, Steve, some teams would prefer to just shoot their way out of a slump, but getting a few to drop from inside the arc is really a good way to get your offense back on track.
Number 43, a chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And we've reached halftime in this one.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
I hope your weekend's off to a great start this Saturday night. Thanks so much for tuning in. Toronto leading against Brooklyn. They're putting on a clinic on the defensive end of the floor. Effort, execution, something to enjoy. Kyle Lowry making his presence felt early. Everything's finding its way through.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
The second half just about to get going here. Number 23, guarded by Harden. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Launches a three, and yes, sir, that one drops. 10 points for him.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Got a piece of it. Irving passes to Harris. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
What are they thinking leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
The offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layup. Earn it from the line. You know, as great as 2012 was for the Nets, in many ways, they really came up short on their last game of that calendar year. In 2012, the New Year's Eve matchup against the Spurs, the Nets only scored 5 points in the third quarter of that contest.
From deep Harden, and that one's good. Harden's got 10 points. Raptors leading by 6. And there's the feed to Lowry. Left side Lowry. The dive for the ball. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. And Clark, you were talking about the Nets. They went from looking like a team that could compete for a title to a team that, while still talented, Steve, and a lot for the playoffs, was a little closer to the middle of the pack than they thought.
Well, with the hot start they got out to, I think it was just a matter of time before they hit a cold stretch. And never fun to be held to just 5 points in a quarter. And that game had a lot of Nets fans wondering how the rest of the season would go. But, hey, they got it back together and still finished off pretty well.
Fades back. The shot misses. Some solid defense there from Irving. Brooklyn with the ball. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Shot off the screen. They get the rebound. Outside for Jordan. Harden from past the arc. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. And it's now only a 1-point Raptor lead. Toronto calls timeout.
A big change for the Nets, who stormed up the leaderboard in the East and even had a chance at taking a very tough Atlantic Division last season. They actually were in the picture for the title until the end.
Lowry against Irving. And it's Lowry again missing. Brooklyn's gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding in terms of the effort that both sides have been able to put on.
Looking over there at Steve. He's enjoying every second of it.
Me too. Man, this has been great, guys. The fans getting their money's worth here. Both teams just playing so hard out there.
First personal foul, teams first.
The Raptors making a switch here. Powell's checked in. And the Nets' first goal going forward this year is to make that jump into the best team in New York and the rest of the division. Steve, a lot of strong teams in the Atlantic, but they do well against them.
Yeah, last year they had the best interdivision record than anybody in the Atlantic. So, you know, if you can take care of business within your division, it always puts you in a good position down the stretch.
The drive by Lowry. He dishes it to Powell. Connects from three-point range. He's got 8. Nets trailed by 3. Outside Durant. He passes to Irving. Launches it. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got 3 assists in the game.
He's not going to miss many of those, if any. Not when he's got that much room. Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Yeah, they're lucky that they didn't get burned on that one.
And it's off the back rim, no good. For Toronto, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Fires the 3. Gets it to go. And the Raptors lead by 3.
Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside.
And it's Harris off the drive. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So we've got a couple of free throws coming up. The Nets shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the board.
Yeah, both teams have really put in a terrific effort down low.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
Yeah, Clark, they've been more active and more physical down low, and I think that's been the difference.
The Nets have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them. Free throw good, Jordan. The Nets making a switch here. And so Jordan nails both of them. Raptors with the lead. 1:30 left in the third. Davis dishes to Powell. A three-pointer off the mark. The Nets have gotten 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great third quarter for them offensively. Harris misses. The Raptors have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. The 3. That's good. He has 5.
You know, even though he doesn't really have the long-range ability on a consistent level, he can knock down some open ones.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Raptors.
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
The other thing that jumps out to me is just the big number of assists they've had. The offensive efficiency has been a major factor. I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second half, despite trailing in this game.
Well, you know, that's when you need to be most aggressive when you're down. Another good job of drawing contact and getting to the line.
50 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. There's the lob to the hoop, and it's Green with the jam.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
Number 22. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First free throw is good. The Raptors making a switch here. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Nets trailed by 5. Into Green. And he takes that one up and powers it through. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D. I I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
That's good.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
But the defense isn't making them earn it. I mean, those shots have just come on easy, open looks.
Hit his leg. And the ref saying he kicked it. It's Durant with the drive. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Boy, big man with very soft hands and a nice touch around the hoop.
Here's Powell. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? Raptors lead by 4. And right after... All right, the 4th quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Nets trail by 4. Durant kicks to Irving. Harden outside. Three-pointer. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. 16 points for James Harden.
Seems to me that anytime the game is on the line, I mean, he's perfectly willing to be the hero, or the GOAT for that matter. And that's what it takes to be clutch in big situations. You can't be afraid to fail.
You know, something else I think about when I see this guy is he's a real headache to have to defend one-on-one. I mean, he's got all of the game that makes it tough for his defender.
And that one's good. And the Raptors lead by 3. Brooklyn's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Harris setting the pick for Harden. Pass to Irving. Right side, Irving. Harris to tie it up. Shot is off.
You know, even against defense as tight as that, you expect him to bury those.
I don't know. I mean, we've seen him hit those in the past, but like you said, the defender was on him like glue. It would have been quite a bucket.
Oh, and the jam fires Harden.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
I'm with you, Kevin. You can't fault him for that. I mean, just let him go. Who cares?
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message the Raptors coach was giving to his team. He said, no time to waste, fellas. We've got to pick it up right now if we're going to make a comeback and try to win this thing. Let's go all out. Back to you.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Harden kicks to Harris. Harris, right side. Dishes to Irving. To take the lead. It's blocked. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. The Raptors making a switch here. Timeout called, the Nets.
Well, he looks like he wants to toy around with some of their sets and matchups here.
You know, I don't think you can afford to go through a whole game doing the same thing over and over, and you have to be able to adjust on the fly, just like he's doing here.
Just 3 to shoot. Here's Harris. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
You cannot afford to make mistakes like that here in a tight game.
Number 23. A three-pointer is right on target. And the Raptors lead by 4.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Here's Harden. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Well, after a horrible half of shooting, they've bounced back here in the second half and picked up their shooting percentage quite nicely.
In Toronto, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Lets it go from deep. Brooklyn with the rebound. Harris has got his 3rd rebound on the night. The Nets have gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the 4th quarter. Harden left side. Back to Irving. Feeds to Harris. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. To take the lead. Outside Durant. Right side Irving. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. And here's Toronto. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. They set the pick. Number 23, guarded by Harden. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. And he makes the first.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half, it's been nothing but success for them there.
And their confidence has to just continue to go up the longer their perfection continues.
Nets trail by 3. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Harden outside. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. And that's 21 points for James Harden.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Number 43, defended by Durant. Good. And the Raptors lead by 1.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
Harden gets to Irving. Into Jordan. And guys, here in the fourth quarter. Still a close game.
Yeah, and actually still too close to call. I mean, this one is tight.
This could be an instant classic, fellas. I mean, this thing has all the looks of a game that's going to go right down to the last shot.
Number 43, defended by Durant. That's good. He's got 19. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're behind by 1. A minute 50 left in the fourth quarter. He kicks to Harris. Back to Durant. Now the dish to Jordan. Durant. And Jordan gets it to go. Jordan's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, their plan of attack has been pretty clear to see. You get the ball inside and just take it strong to the hoop. Be dominant in the lane.
Well, the defense has been very slow to adjust. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside. Oh, Nelly. Listen to that.
That shot eliciting a roar from this gigantic crowd.
That was huge, guys. Absolutely huge.
Durant, the pass to Harden. He feeds it to Jordan. It's rebounded by Baines. Baines has got 5 rebounds tonight. And here's Robin. There's a minute left to play here in the fourth. 6 to shoot. Here's Inaga. Can't get the 3 to fall.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Recovered. And here's Harden for 3. Tries to keep it alive. Toronto grabs the miss. Fast break Toronto. Always got the ball.
Oh, how about that basketball, man? Beautiful. Wow.
Oh, that is a massive shot.
You know it is. He's stepping right into the spotlight.
For Brooklyn, they've gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%. 7 of 14. Sinks it. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
The defense got butterflies the second that shot went up because they know he typically delivers in the clutch.
Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time. Milk the clock a little bit.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Just 2 to shoot. And here we go with James Harden. Here's Durant. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
Nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin.